He posted an advertisement on Facebook. He promised to multiply your money using black magic. Desperate people traveled hundreds of miles to meet him, and when they arrived, he gave them a drink. They were dead within 5 minutes. This is the story of Mbah Slamet, Indonesia's most terrifying shaman serial killer, and almost nobody outside of Asia knows his name. Slamet Tohari was born around 1977 in Banjarnegara, a quiet rural district in central Java, Indonesia. To his neighbors, he was known as Mbah Slamet, Grandpa Slamet, a harmless old man, but Slamet had a secret. He claimed to be a dukun, an Indonesian shaman with supernatural powers, and he claimed he could do something extraordinary. He could multiply your money. For a fee, Slamet promised to perform ancient rituals that would transform your savings into a fortune. Hand him your life savings today, and he would return them multiplied tenfold, 100 times, even 1,000 times. After being jailed in 2019 on counterfeit money charges, Slamet was released and immediately began advertising his money-multiplying services on Facebook. He cast a wide net, targeting desperate people across Java and Sumatra, people who were poor, people who were struggling, people who had nothing left to lose. The scheme was simple and devastating. Slamet lured victims to his home from across Indonesia, from Magelang, Sukabumi, Yogyakarta, Palembang, and Lampung, with the promise of instant riches. They would travel hundreds of kilometers. Some came alone, some brought their wives. They carried their life savings in cash, sometimes the equivalent of thousands of dollars. At least 5 victims had given Tohari amounts ranging from 30 million to 50 million Indonesian rupiah. When they arrived, Slamet welcomed them warmly. He performed his rituals, he chanted his mantras, he made them feel like magic was real. Then he offered them a drink. Potassium cyanide, a potent poison easily available in farming communities in Indonesia due to its use as a common pesticide. He called it his magic liquid. The victims would die within 5 minutes of consuming the drink, and then Slamet would bury them right outside his house. For years, nobody connected the missing people to the smiling old shaman in Banjarnegara. But in March 2023, Slamet made a mistake. A 53-year-old man named Prasetyo became suspicious before visiting Slamet. He sent a WhatsApp message to his children, instructing them to visit Slamet's house accompanied by police if he did not return within 2 days. He also shared his GPS location via the messaging app. It was a decision that would crack the case wide open. On March 27, Prasetyo was reported missing by his family. Police were alerted and dispatched to Slamet's residence, where they discovered Prasetyo's fresh grave nearby. They kept digging. Police discovered at least 12 bodies buried in 7 graves near Slamet's home. And inside every grave, they found a drink bottle, the same bottle used to poison each victim. When police arrested Slamet, he didn't run, he didn't deny it, he smiled, and he led them straight to the graves himself. He guided police to every site and showed them specifically where he had buried his previous victims. He told police he had received 70 million rupiah from one victim, promising to multiply it to 5 billion. When the victim came back demanding his money, Slamet gave him the magic drink instead. Police believe the killings began as early as 2020, but the true number of victims may never be known. Indonesia has a long and dark history of killers hiding behind the mask of the supernatural. People so desperate for money, for luck, for a miracle, that they hand their lives over to a stranger with a cup of poison. The killers know this. They prey on hope, on desperation, on belief, and they advertise on Facebook. Slamet Tohari was sentenced to death in February 2024. But somewhere in Indonesia right now, there is another shaman making the same promises, posting the same advertisements, waiting for the next desperate soul to knock on his door. This has been True Morbid. Subscribe for more stories the world forgot to tell.